Headlines this hour: Kano nurses issue 15-day strike notice. Alleged 27 billion naira fraud, ex-Taraba governor gets 150 million naira bail. ASU cautions the federal government against time-buying tactics. And on entertainment, Davido unveils second Puma collection amid fraud with Wizkid. And finally on sports, Europa League, Osimhen out of Galatasaray Rigas clash. You're watching the News Hour on Leadership TV. I am Cynthia Onwado. Now to the news in detail. The Kano State chapter of the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives has given the state government a 15-day ultimatum to address their demands or face a statewide strike. The ultimatum was signed by the Acting Secretary and Public Relations Officer of the chapter, Comrade Ahmad Habsat Sharada, on Wednesday via a letter. In the letter dated October 2nd and addressed to the Kano State Head of Civil Service, the union warned that nurses and midwives across the state will withdraw their services from all clinical facilities and training institutions should government fail to meet their demands and unresolved issues between the nurses and the state government since December 2023. Parts of the demands outlined in the letter include payment of reviewed hazard allowance for nurses, which was first requested on February 2nd, 2024, and harmonization of the scheme of service for nurses submitted in January 2024. The association also demanded payment of 25% upward review of the CONHES salary structure as requested in April 2024, alongside other demands outlined in the reminder sent to the government on August 20th, 2024. And moving on now, former Taraba State Governor, architect Darius Ishaku has been admitted in bail in the sum of 150 million naira by an FCT High Court in the alleged 27 billion naira fraud case brought against him by the federal government. The former governor was granted bail on Thursday by Justice Sylvanus Oriji with two sureties in the same amount. The court said one of the two sureties must be a director with the civil service and both must be resident in the FCT with their house addresses to be verified by the Registrar of the court. The court also stopped the former governor and his co-defendant, Bello Yero, from traveling out of the country. It further said the defendants must obtain the permission of the court if they have to travel out of the country. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), through its counsel Rotimi Jacobs, did not oppose the bail request of the former governor. Jacobs' ground was that EFCC on its own had earlier granted the defendant administrative bail, which he did not jump. Justice Oriji, after granting the bail, fixed November 5th, 4th and 13th for commencement of trial in the alleged fraud case. Ishaku, who left office in 2023 after serving as governor for 8 years, was slammed with 15-count charges by the EFCC but pleaded not guilty when he was arraigned on Monday. And now in other news stories, the federal government has been told to stop playing time-buying gimmicks with the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, by immediately implementing past agreements reached with the union to avert another strike action. The Yola zone of ASU accused the federal government of insensitivity manifested through its refusal to implement agreements reached years ago with the union. In a statement signed by its chairman, Danny Maman, ASU asked the federal government to stop toying with the future of Nigerian students by implementing, in particular, the agreement reached in 2022 with the union that prompted the suspension of the strike that year. The zone comprises Modibo Adama University Yola, University of Maiduguri, Federal University Gashau, Taraba State University Jalingo, Adamawa State University Mubi, and Yobo State University Damaturu. And now for entertainment news, Nigerian Afrobeat sensation David Adeleke, also known as Davido, has unveiled his second collection with sportswear giant Puma at the brand's flagship store in New York, United States, amid a social media feud with former singer, or rather fellow singer, Ayodele Balogun, popularly known as Wizkid. Davido's announcement came at about the same time when Wizkid reignited their feud on social media, sparking banter and swipes from fans. Leadership TV reports that Wizkid had seemingly referred to Davido as talentless and his music whack following a clash in release dates of their singles. Announced last year, Davido's partnership with Puma has yielded two successful collections, the first in April with the latest featuring sportswear items such as t-shirts, sneakers, jackets, and bags. At the launch event hosted by Rolling Stone reporter Mancap Conte, Davido shared his humble beginnings, saying his initial goal was to have his music played on Nigerian radio. On the second collection, the 30bg boss said, "You know, the first collection, we're just testing the waters because it was a risk for them. Yes, people love my music, but it is different from people loving your music and people buying your products." Davido's fans wasted no time in throwing swipes at Wizkid following Davido's announcement, but Wizkid fired back, maintaining that he had rejected an offer from Puma, an indication suggesting that he was bigger than Davido. Now finally, on sports news, Nigerian international Victor Osimhen has been omitted from the Galatasaray squad that will face Latvian side Riga FC in a UEFA Europa League game on Thursday. Osimhen sustained a muscle injury in the club's 3-3 home draw against Kasim Pasa last weekend, where the 25-year-old scored twice for Galatasaray in the thrilling encounter. The Turkish Super League champions announced on Tuesday that Osimhen has started treatment for the injury. 24 players made the trip to Latvia for the match day 2 encounter against Riga's FS. The striker is also doubtful for Nigeria's upcoming 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying doubleheader against the Mediterranean Knights of Libya. And that's all the news we have for you on Leadership TV. For more of our news stories, you can log on to our website www.leadership.ng. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio.